It's dry. It was very wet when I turned it a few weeks ago, as you probably just saw in the last video, or the first part of this video, depending on how I put it out. The spalting that was in the heartwood is not as clear as it was in there, obviously because it's dry. It's also got some anchor seal on it, which is hiding it a bit. It did crack through the heartwood. Where's the camera? There. So there's a crack in here. It does go all the way through. Doesn't quite reach the edge, I don't think. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. I did turn this a little thin as a rough turn bowl, which might prove to be a mistake. But let's see if I can make something out of it, if it hasn't warped too much, because I don't know, it shows on the camera it is quite oval at the moment, not particularly round. Let's cut it away and see what we end up with. Definitely not round yet. We're running out of space to make it round. It's going to be thin. And it's still not round. I'm not sure this one's going to make it. Right, I haven't given up on it yet. It is paper thin in areas, but it's still got potential. So, let's see what we can do with it. Alright, As you can see now, I've taken it off, it's very thin to get it to go square. Obviously not here, and so it's going to be interesting. It's going to be thin. That's Let's see what we can do with it. Right, just to give you some idea, it's 1/8 of an inch thick. Alright, I'm going to give it a sanding, see if I can get rid of that glue mark. It's extremely thin, but now it's just a matter of finishing off the challenge to see if I can actually get this thing finished. The base is obviously a little thicker. I could take a little bit more out of there as part of the challenge, but then it will probably become a useless bowl, whereas this still might have some use. Right, I've done the sanding, and I did use a cellulose sanding sealer on it. It is oak, so it has like a very thick grain on it, and I want to keep that down as much as possible, especially as the walls are now less than 1/8 of an inch thick. Obviously when I get down to about here it's a little thicker and across the base, and I've still got to take the tenant off. But I'm going to put some friction polish on it now, and the walnut in there. A bit dusty. Hopefully we'll darken it up and bring that pattern out even more of it, and it is actually quite nice, albeit a bit thin. Instant dark. Right, so look, see what it looks like. Well, it has made it pop. The spouting in the hardwood down here, the heartwood, has actually come through. Not quite as effective as it was when it was wet, but I kind of like that. And plus the fact it's so thin, the sides actually flex. So, yeah. Well, a couple more coats. I've got to do the outside as well. I have sanded that off, and let's get her off and get the tenant on. But as long as it doesn't fly apart now, I'm quite pleased with it. Okay, so it's finished. Well, I've got to put some oil on the bottom of the very bottom of it, but to give you an idea of how thin that is, that's my finger. Right, so I've got fat fingers, but it's still a particularly thin bowl all the way through, top, bottom, to the point where it flexes almost everywhere. So, but I'm quite pleased with it. It's got a couple of cracks in which do show rather badly. That one there and one on the other side. But the idea was I did like that spalted grain there, and I didn't want to lose it completely.